Welcome to Defense Update Weekly News, your comprehensive source for the latest global defense and military technology developments. Today's episode is packed with information, so let's dive into it. We'll cover a wide range of significant stories from around the world, touching on everything from unmanned systems and air defense to land warfare and geopolitical tensions. We begin our journey on the Eastern European front, where the conflict in Ukraine continues to be a crucible for military innovation. Both sides are pushing the boundaries of drone warfare, with each week bringing new and sometimes unexpected developments. Ukrainian forces have reported sightings of green laser beams on the battlefield, believed to be from a new Russian EOIR payload developed by drone maker Zala. This technology, capable of laser designation for guided munitions, represents a new threat in the conflict, being able to direct laser-guided Krasnopol artillery rounds right to the designated targets. But that's not all. Both Russian and Ukrainian forces have begun employing drones with incendiary payloads over forested terrains and tree lines that provide hideouts for troops. Ukraine's Dragon's Breath FPV drones, using thermite munitions, sound like something out of a fantasy novel but are very much a reality on today's battlefield. In a surreal twist, other FPV drones, fitted with Kalashnikov assault rifles, were viewed strafing the land below, though without clear targets in sight. Perhaps most intriguingly, both sides have displayed footage of FPV drones intercepting reconnaissance drones, marking a new phase in aerial combat tactics. It's drone versus drone in the skies over Ukraine, a scenario that might have seemed far-fetched just a few years ago. Shifting our focus to aerial munitions, Russia has reportedly upgraded its UMPC bomb guidance and range extension kit. This development could potentially extend the range of their glide bombs, allowing them to strike deeper into Ukrainian territory. Not to be outdone, Ukraine has adapted the JDAM-ER gliding weapon for its MiG-29 fighter jets. This capability expansion allows Ukraine to attack enemy targets from a standoff range, potentially changing the dynamics of air-to-ground operations in the conflict. The U.S. is promoting the approval of exporting the JASSM standoff attack cruise missile to Ukraine, a weapon that can attack targets at a range of 370 kilometers. The weapon is already available for the F-16s Ukraine has received from the West and could also be integrated with other aircraft with Western support. In significant support, Romania has approved a bill to donate a Patriot missile system to Ukraine, bolstering the country's air defense capabilities. This move underscores the ongoing international commitment to supporting Ukraine's defensive efforts. Meanwhile, in a separate but related development, the U.S. has approved a $90 million sale of RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles to Turkey. This marks a shift in policy and will enhance Turkey's naval defense capabilities. Naval aviation developments. Turning our attention to naval aviation, India's Defense Acquisition Council is considering approving a significant acquisition of 26 Rafale Marine fighter jets for the Indian Navy. This deal, estimated at over 6 billion euros, is set to replace India's aging Russian-made MiG-29K fighters. These advanced aircraft will find their home on India's two aircraft carriers, INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant. The acquisition, which began negotiations last year, is considered urgent due to the deteriorating strategic environment in the Indo-Pacific region. It signals India's commitment to modernizing its naval air arm and projecting power in its maritime domain. The fighter jet market is heating up globally, with several nations making significant moves to enhance their air power. Azerbaijan is set to acquire 24 JF-17 Thunder fighter jets from Pakistan in a $1.6 billion deal. To be delivered in the latest Block 3 configuration, these aircraft will be equipped with Turkish-made Bozdoğan and Gökdoğan air-to-air missiles, significantly boosting Azerbaijan's air combat capabilities. The Italian Navy has achieved initial operational capability for its F-35B component, deployed on the Cavour aircraft carrier, joining the US and UK in the naval deployment of fifth-generation fighters. In the UK, a significant tender for replacing a medium-lift helicopter will likely remain domestic, as foreign competitors have withdrawn, leaving Leonardo's UK-based Westland subsidiary as the sole bidder. The U.S. is investing heavily in its air superiority, with a $1 billion contract awarded to RTX for advanced sensor development for the F-22 Raptor fighters. In a landmark moment for military aviation, Embraer delivered the first C-390 Millennium multi-mission aircraft to the Hungarian Air Force. This makes Hungary the second NATO operator of this versatile aircraft type. Its unique configuration sets this particular C-390 apart. It's the first in the world equipped with a roll-on, roll-off intensive care unit. This enhancement significantly boosts its capabilities for humanitarian and medical evacuation missions, showcasing the evolving role of military aircraft in non-combat operations. Kongsberg Defense and Aerospace is making waves down under with significant developments. The company received $95 million to supply Joint Strike Missiles for Australia's F-35A aircraft. In support of this acquisition and other ongoing programs, Kongsberg has opened a $16.5 million facility in Adelaide, expanding its presence in Australia. The company has been named a strategic partner in Australia's Guided Weapons and Explosive Ordnance Enterprise. Backed by a substantial government commitment, Kongsberg plans to operate the Strike Missile Factory in Newcastle, strengthening domestic defense production. These developments highlight the deepening defense collaboration between Norway and Australia, with Kongsberg playing a pivotal role in transferring advanced technologies to enhance the Australian Defence Force's capabilities. On the naval front, we're seeing progress in both hemispheres. Australia has begun sea trials for its first Arafura-class offshore patrol vessel, a significant step in modernizing its naval capabilities. And the United Kingdom has launched its second Type 26 frigate, continuing its naval modernization program. The landscape of land warfare is evolving, with several nations making moves to enhance their ground forces. The Netherlands is bolstering its anti-tank capabilities by acquiring Spike LR-2 missiles and is set to reinstate part of its heavy armored force with 50 Leopard 2A8 main battle tanks. The UK has unveiled its first pre-production Challenger 3 main battle tank, marking a significant step in its armor modernization program. Croatia is enhancing its long-range precision strike capabilities with the planned acquisition of 8 M142 HIMARS artillery systems. In an interesting turn of events, Greece has declined an offer of Bradley fighting vehicles from the U.S., citing logistical and operational concerns. This decision highlights the complex considerations nations face when modernizing their military equipment. The realm of unmanned systems continues to advance at a rapid pace. General Atomics Aeronautical Systems has announced the production of its first Eagle Eye multi-mode radar, designed to enhance the U.S. Army's Gray Eagle extended range unmanned aircraft systems. This advanced radar, a key component of the new Gray Eagle 25M unmanned aerial system, offers high-resolution imagery in various atmospheric conditions and is tailored for multi-domain operations. With features like synthetic aperture radar, real-time artificial intelligence, and machine learning capabilities for improved target detection, moving target indication, and maritime wide-area search mode for vessel tracking, the Eagle Eye radar represents a significant leap forward in UAS capabilities. Last week, Scaled Composites performed the first flight of its Model 437 Vanguard experimental aircraft, demonstrating Northrop Grumman's digital Pathfinder wings. The aircraft has a wingspan of 41 feet and is 41 feet long with a gross takeoff weight of 10,000 pounds. Northrop Grumman defined, developed, built, and verified the removable wing assemblies using advanced digital tools and processes as part of their digital Pathfinder effort. The aircraft will have a range of approximately 3,000 nautical miles and an endurance of 6 hours. It can carry up to 2,000 pounds of payload in multiple locations, including an internal weapons bay sized to accommodate 2 AIM-120 missiles. While flown by a pilot, the aircraft will likely serve as a test bed of autonomous collaborative combat aircraft with a pilot on board for safety, acting as a loyal wingman for other combat aircraft. In other unmanned system news, U.S.-based Allen Control Systems has demonstrated its Bullfrog counter-drone robotic gun system to the U.S. military, showcasing advancements in autonomous drone defense technology. Poland's WB Group has unveiled new loitering weapons and attack drones at the MSPO 2024 Defense Expo, including the long-range Warmate 51-way attack drone capable of striking targets at a range of 1,000 kilometers, further expanding the arsenal of unmanned combat aerial vehicles. Also, at MSPO 2024, PIAP showcased a casualty evacuation robot, highlighting advancements in battlefield medical support and the increasing role of robotics in military operations. In a move that could reshape ground warfare tactics, the Israel Defense Forces have introduced a new capability by converting M1 13 armored personnel carriers and D9 bulldozers into remote-controlled vehicles. This innovative approach allows the IDF to operate these armored vehicles without putting personnel at risk, particularly in dangerous combat zones. The conversion process involves retrofitting the vehicles with remote control systems while maintaining the option for manned use when necessary. This development represents a significant step towards reducing casualties in high-risk combat situations while maintaining operational effectiveness. As we wrap up our update, let's touch on some key geopolitical developments. Latvia has established a NATO multinational brigade center, enhancing regional security coordination in Eastern Europe. Germany has announced the end of its military operations in Niger following recent political instability, highlighting the complex nature of international military cooperation in Africa. Tensions are escalating between Egypt and Ethiopia over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, with both countries making military moves that have raised concerns about potential conflict. This situation underscores the intricate relationship between resource management and regional security. And that brings us to the end of this week's Defense Update. As always, these developments remind us of the ever-evolving nature of global security and the constant drive for technological advancement in defense. Join us next week as we continue to bring you the latest developments in global defense and military technology. Until then, stay informed and stay safe.